All right. Tonight, we are going to go over just some questions of things that coaches want to know. And this is something that's super important that if you guys have questions, don't be afraid to tell Cassie and I that, you want to know more about blah, blah, blah. We are not afraid to touch on those things because as new coaches, we we haven't been new coaches for quite a while. So to go back to that mind frame of where we were at and lost and everything it's hard to kind of go back there. I mean, it's the same thing with our weight loss. When you have somebody approach you, you forget where you were. Like with me 6 years ago, I forget where I was kind of at because I'm in a different mindset now. So as your leaders, we want to be sure to give you the information that is valuable to you and that you are going to grow from. We don't want to give you a whole bunch of information that's going to make you walk away from these calls or from a one-on-one call and feel like you are so overwhelmed because it's information that just like went right over your head. Most of the information you're going to find out about the business end is definitely going to be from experience and looking up the information yourself in the Coach Online office. Watching that training that we've set up or that has been set up with the FCN team is going to help you so much. It is literally probably the best training I've been through. When I started, it was a coaching academy is what it was. And at the end, you got this little like certificate. Couldn't even print it out, but you got the certificate that said that you completed it. And it was not awesome videos like we have now. Like it was so stiff and just, I mean, I went through it and I learned, but I learned more from experience and from asking questions. So, one of the questions that we had was, let's see, do you set boundary time for your business hours or do you answer messages as they arise? Do you want my honest answer? It's give and take every other day. Because if I have more time in my day, I will answer the questions as they come through. But like right now, I'm subbing at the school, not subbing, sorry. I am a para at summer school and I'm gone from the morning until noon. And then I'm getting my kids home, feeding them, daycare kids, getting them up to the pool. And I can't do any like voice messages, which I love to do versus typing out to people. And at the pool, I can't be like yelling or, interrupting people's like reading time when they're, their kids are out splashing and they're trying to read a book and I'm bellowing about, hey, what can I do to help you lose weight? So these next 2 weeks are going to be really hard for me, but I will tell you, every single coach I have had any sort of encounter with has went through this. I personally went through this. My first year, I'm going to tell you honestly, marriage was very hard that first year because I was so excited about the business that I was literally like this. Joe. Yeah. Whatever. Oh, what? Oh, what? And that's what was my marriage. Like, and it was so bad. He got where he became almost not jealous of the business, but he felt very neglected. And I think when you go into this, it is very exciting. And if you could set those boundaries right away and know that, you can set aside an hour that, you can explain to your children or to your spouse or your significant other that I just need to set this time aside. And then I'm just going to totally focus there. And the moment that timer goes off, which I had to start doing after my first year, I did set a timer. And now my kids just know, like, they just know what time of the day that I'm actually doing business stuff. But I set a timer and it was once that timer went off, I flipped my phone over and that was it. I still play on Facebook like everybody else does. And I do that kind of stuff like when we're sitting on the couch, like, watching the kids or whatever. But it has not become an issue anymore. Like I said, setting up those boundaries right away is super important. And that's something I stress to my team. Now that I've experienced what could happen, I've watched, marriages be very, very, very rough. And it's even caused people to quit because they felt like they had to make that choice. And I don't think it should be that way. I think there should be able to have a balance, especially in a relationship where us as coaches, we need to make sure that we're telling our people that, hey, we're here for you. We are your coach, but we can't be, we can't like literally be on our phone all day talking to them. And if somebody messages you and they can't wait like a couple hours or whatever it is until your business hours, I don't know. I guess I look at it like when we send out invites to people and you know how it takes them forever to get back to you and you're thinking, oh my God, have they seen it yet? Oh God, they've seen it, but they haven't said anything. It's the same thing. Like people get busy and they have to understand that you'll get back to them. Like my like page, when they send me a message, it is an automatic response that says, thank you for your instant message. I will get back to you. And I don't remember how many hours it is. I said within a few hours or something. I have to look at the exact wording. It's been a while since I set it up. But that's the beauty of the like page message, is that it does an automatic to them. Or if you want to convert them over to going to your email versus being on Facebook. And then, email is a little bit easier. Sometimes it's communication. So if you can set up business hours from the get-go, that would probably be awesome for your relationships and for your sanity. I learned the hard way. I'm not sure how Cassie Eubanks does it. If she has anything else she wants to add to that with her, go ahead and unmute Cassie. And if not, I will continue with the other questions. Or shoot me a text and tell me you don't have anything to say. Okie dokie. Let's see. Another one is, what information should you have on your Team Beachbody website? Anything that you want. Anything that you want to put on there, because when a customer finds you or is assigned to you, they can go in and read your bio. They're going to know who their coach is by seeing it. I'm not 100% sure on how many people actually go to that page to connect with their coach. I've had a few do that. When they sign into the Team Beachbody website, once they've become a free lead or a free customer, whatever it is, there'll be a picture of you. So make sure your picture's on there. And it's going to say, contact my coach. And it has your picture up there. And then they can click on that and it sends a message to you through the message boards on the Team Beachbody website. So you're going to want to have whatever information you want to share, that you're a mom or you're a fur mom, or things that you like to do, things that are going to help them relate to you in some way. So it's basically anything you want to put on there. You need to have a before picture and a current, I think that's what it is. And then just contact information for you. Let's see. Where do I find the people I'm supposed to be inviting as a new coach? Okay, from the get-go. Wait, hold on. Do you link your... Okay, wait. This is from Shelly. Okay, do you link your Instagram to your like page or your personal page? I link, yes, my Instagram is actually linked to my like page. You can link it to either one. I changed my Instagram to a business one, so I do link my like page to it. So I'm just not good at posting on Instagram and having it go to my like page. I just kind of, I'm so scatterbrained. I do it, different posts on different, at different times. Depending on when my audience, they say, like, is on there. When you change your Instagram to a business, it's free. Change it to a business Instagram. It'll show you the insights and it'll show you when people are online within your audience. So then that's kind of easier for me to do. Let me see. So I'll make sure Cassie didn't message me. Okay. Okay. And then it's Cassie Vas. I'm going to probably pronounce your name wrong. Vaslu on here, just an FYI, and the other Cassie isn't answering. It might be me that is showing on your screen. No, I think Cassie, I think you called in, and I think Cassie Eubanks is on, but, or is that, maybe not. maybe your video thing is still up. I've been talking to Cassie and she's not even on. Let's see. Let me see the other. Oh, and then for inviting, sorry. On your Facebook, inviting can be different than sending a cold invite message. Like when I say I invite people, my invites are when I'm sharing what I'm doing, when I'm sharing my Shakeology, or I'm sharing my life as a coach, or I'm sharing my workout. Within there, like I always leave it with a call to action, we call it. And you put it at the end, like, can you relate to any of this? You ask a question, something that will get your audience to engage with you. That is how I kind of invite. I do some behind the scenes messaging, but it has to be somebody that I've already made a connection with. Like I went to their like page, or they were liking some of my things, and I go to their page and I like some of their stuff, and then I have something to start a conversation with them. The biggest way to do things for you to be able to speak to somebody without being like, oh, nervous. Okay, so like, Cassie, this is your question. So let's say you post a picture of your twin boys, and maybe they're teething and they're fussy, and you're like, mama's losing her mind, and you have like 100 people like it, right? You click on the likes, and then you personally send each one of them a message. Like, just say, thanks for supporting me, or show me some love on this. I feel like I'm drained as a mom, and I want to make everything better for them. Just, and I know that they're in pain, whatever. Just make a conversation with them. So then you started that conversation, and now it could either, go into coaching, or it could be, maybe they start talking about how tired they were when their kid was teething, or whatever it is. And you can say, thank God, I'm able to, work off my stress, or my exhaustion somehow, like with working out, or I've gotten energy from working out, or whatever. And then you get into the other conversation. So these are relationships that you should be developing over time. Some people are going to come right to you for coaching and say, hey, I see that you're doing this workout. You look amazing, whatever it is, and then you just move forward with it. You can talk to them about all kinds of stuff until you get to the coaching side of it. Let's see. And how do you start sharing your story? That was another one of Cassie's questions too. Share it wherever you want. Like, share as much as you want, or as little as you want. I feel like my posts can be longer at this point because I've been doing it so long. Everybody knows what I do. And I'm just I get referrals a lot because I've been doing it so long. But with you being new, I would just breadcrumb it. And we call it that because you're just giving little pieces of your story. And you can tell as much as you want, or you can tell as little as you want. I suggest you do what's in your comfort zone at first. Do it a little bit, hold back a little, because you don't want to blurt the whole thing out to everybody and then they hear it in one post and they're gone, right? So you just want to kind of do it over time. Like maybe over the next couple weeks, just kind of start talking about why you started working out. You don't even have to, don't lead with Beachbody, don't lead with Shakeology. Talk about you. Talk about why you're in this, and what it's doing for you, and how it's helping you. And Cassie, when you reached out to me, we connected because I shared a story about my past, and that's how you connected to me. And when you share those things, and I'm not saying you have to be as transparent as I am from the get-go, because if people aren't used to you being like that, it might kind of be like, whoa, where's this coming from? But with me, I've really opened up over the last year. But over time, you can start being a little bit more transparent with people. You will connect with people that are, that are just, I don't know, they're looking for that person to connect to. And that's what I do on my like page. That's why I moved everything over there. And I'm not saying that's the right way or the wrong way of keeping your stuff on your profile page. It's completely up to you. I personally feel like I can be totally me on my like page because those people came to me to like my page. They wanted to follow me. But on my profile page, I feel like it's a lot of family and people that have just taken my friend requests. And that's, that's a big thing with my like page is different. I can really be myself and just, if people don't see it, they don't see it. If they don't want to come look and they don't want to support me or be a part of my family and my life, then that's okay. That's the choice they make. But the people that do come, those are the people I connect with, and those are what I call my tribe. And those people that we also call our avatar, your ideal customer, your ideal coach that would be out there. Those are the people that you should be talking to. So when you share your story, talk to you. I know that's going to sound weird to say or hear, but talk to you. When you're hearing or when you're speaking and you're typing out your information, talk to who you were when you connected with me, or where you were when you first started, or even through your journey. Talk to yourself and know that you're going to connect with somebody. This world there's so many people, and they're going to connect with you. Somebody out there is going to see your message and go, oh my God, I need to work with her. She gets me. She understands exactly what I'm going through. And so I said, just, breadcrumb it and let me know, because I will come check your page. I will look at everything. I will support you. I want to have more people on our team that we kind of go and support each other on our pages or whatever, just to show us some love. A huge thing that we used to do, we used to go to each other's pages. We used to have pick 5 or 6 people that you go to their page and they come to yours and they show some love, comment, whatever, because it helps boost your call or your post up into the newsfeed again. Comments, I guess, must be the big thing now. I think getting likes doesn't really get a reach out there. Like if you're using your like page, if people actually comment on it, that's when it starts to boost it back up into the newsfeed for people. So I think I touched on all the things that are here. If you have more questions, please put them in the chat, or otherwise unmute. Okay, Monday's National Wake Up Call was good for storytelling. Okay, so if you haven't listened to Monday's National Wake Up Call, Erica was saying that was really good for storytelling. I can post those links in the both of our team pages too when I get off this call with you guys. Cassie Hubanks, you're on here now. Is there anything you wanted to add, or I missed, or I went off track with, or?
Just to apologize for being late. I didn't know Bible school was going to go until 10 to 9 tonight. So I apologize for that. And then I had technical difficulties getting the app to work. Anyway, I don't know what I missed, and so I apologize. Is there anything that we should talk about that you wanted elaboration on and I wasn't able to participate?
No, okay, so these are the questions I answered. Do you set business hours? And oh my God, I gotta tell you something really funny. I thought you were on, and it's actually my coach Cassie called in, and she has a video thing up. So I'm like, come on, Cassie, you gonna talk? Yeah. Then she messaged and said she had video up and she called in. So I'm like, well, that's nice, talking to the wrong. So.
Whoops. Sorry, Cassie.
Yeah. Maybe she's getting scolded and she didn't even know what she did. Okay, so one of the questions were, do you set business hours or answer messages as they arise? And then what info do you put on your Team Beachbody websites? Where do I find people that I'm supposed to be inviting as a new coach? And where and how do I begin sharing my story? So I went over those things kind of from my perspective. I don't know if you want to touch base on, I think a big one too is the setting your business hours. I said we should set boundaries from the get-go if you can. Because I said a lot of people, their marriages kind of struggle with the attention and all that stuff. So
if you don't, I still don't. I mean, I'm not saying that because I do. I actually don't. I try to do noon and night type hours. And, for the most part, people are cool with that. I mean, they kind of appreciate you saying hey, I just needed to take a break from social media. Great, you can't go that way. So it's okay to have those business hours. My problem is, and I don't know if other people experience this, is if I don't say I'm just going to set business hours for doing my reach outs and my scrolling and making sure that I'm commenting on people's stuff to get interaction, then I really can get lost, and my business hours turn into waste of time hours. So that's my input there. I can tell you all the things I do wrong. I don't have a lot of advice on how to do it right.
And that's what I
Ashley,
said. I said I'm kind of a hot mess myself. I mean, it depends on the day. I mean, there's days where I can like instantly chit chat for, an hour with somebody. And then there's other times where I'm like, dude, I can't talk right now. And I'm not even going to start a conversation. So
let me share if we have a second. I did. I don't know if Kylie's on, but it was Kylie's coach, Kelley, who I'm also friends with. And she messaged me something about wanting to start Shift Shop. And I was at work, my full-time job, and in between clients, and I wanted to get back to her because I didn't want her to be like, oh, she saw my message, which is just another silly thing Facebook makes us do, Oh, they saw my message, respond in 1 minute or less, or the bomb will go off. And so I just did a quick talk to text to her, and I just said, I'm just going to be real honest here, quick. And what I was trying to say is, like, I want to be short and to the point. I don't have a lot of time. You got to follow the meal plan, no excuses, legitimately do the work like you're supposed to. I don't be a skeptic of it. It will work for you, kind of thing. And I put the phone down and didn't go back to it. And I came back to a really long message of her definitely standing up for herself and well-deserved to me, saying like, well, I do put in the work. I don't make excuses. I've never made excuses. I don't plan on making excuses. But in your eyes, if you felt the need to be blunt, I guess I understand, kind of thing. And I read what I wrote and I'm like, holy shit, that's not what I meant to say. Like, I to speak like what I wanted someone to say to me. And it was like, Cassie, and what I told myself, because I was a skeptic about Shift Shop kind of too, is, Cassie, this program works. They're all designed to work. You just never done them like they're supposed to be done. Containers, no cheats, no skipping workouts, no cutting them short, those kinds of things. And I told her that like she needed to hear it, but that's not what she needed to hear. But I was too busy to really look at what she was asking. And so that's just a good example of, and I think someone said it, was it maybe Jessica Passola, maybe, that said the first like 2 minutes of interaction with somebody, they've judged you. They've already figured you out. They already know how this is going to flow, and they've already made up their mind about whether they want you to be their coach. So thankfully, Kelley wasn't a customer or my own coach prospect, but she accepted my apology, so that was good. But if that would have been a customer, like I could have just totally ruined. Not a sale. That's not how I'm thinking. I could have ruined, like they would have been like, this is exactly why I don't approach these people. Put Beachbody to shame, put my own coaching self to shame, my character to shame, based on me just saying something really quick. And of course, in text, you can't read emotion. So that's my learning. That just happened last week. I still actually feel really gross about it. But you live, you learn, and you can apologize. So.
Oh yeah, that I've made lots of mistakes. And that's one, the biggest thing is was sharing those mistakes with the coaches. And I think it helps them feel like they're not in this alone. Like I think we all just kind of learn from screwing up.
Right. And I am trying to be more transparent, not just to my customers, but also to my coaches too. Like, yeah, I might hit Success Club 10 regularly, or, just recently made Diamond Coach after 4 years. Like, I still do lots of stuff wrong, and I still have tons of room for growth. I'm just mostly sharing like what I do wrong, so that it doesn't take you so long to hit your goals, whether it's fitness or it's coaching goals. It should not have taken me that long. And I still kick myself in the butt for the mistakes I have made and the mistakes I am making. And I just want other people to not have to go through it and make it last so painfully long.
Yep, I agree. If I would have known all the things I know now back then. Oh.
Yeah. Yep. All growth, what we're doing. Oh my God, I'm trying to start fighting a chicken fence here. Yeah. What other questions? Did other people good input that I should know about?
Just where and how do I begin sharing my story, and where do I find the people that I'm supposed to be inviting as a new coach?
Okay. I would say I've gotten really good at sharing my story in different ways multiple times. And that the best advice that I have in that area is to do personal development on how to be vulnerable and not afraid to share your story. When you start doing that, I think the actual sharing it becomes the easy part. What's hard is you second guess yourself before you share. And if you do personal development and learn your story and also not be afraid to be vulnerable, because there's 100 to every one person that's going to judge you, there's 100 people that need to hear that story.
Mm-hmm. Yes, exactly. And that's why I said it's like you. What is that? It sounds like farting sound.
I just heard that, but I don't think it's me.
Oh.
For once in my life, it's not. I'm not the gassy person.
I don't know what it is. But anyways, no, I said that kind of the same thing is that, you can share, you can breadcrumb your story, but like Cassie just said, that you can share your story in so many different ways of, it could be the exact same story, but just worded differently. Maybe, like with mine, it was the infertility. Well, I can talk about how adoptions now, has given me the chance to be a mom because of infertility. If I don't do well on the infertility side of it, or weight loss, I gained a lot of weight during my infertility years, but here I am still fighting through it 6 years later. You can just share that part of the story, because I think so many people are afraid that when they join you that they need to be like amazing out the gate. That's not what it is. It's a work in progress all the time. And if you share that with people, they seem to open up quicker to you. They don't feel like they're kind of, I don't know, would competition be a good word to say? Like they don't feel like they're like, oh, I'm not as good as she is. I actually just sent Cassie a text the other day.
Yep.
I'm like, dude, watching you do those plank walking things like makes me, feel like a total douche canoe because I can't do them. And she's like, are you done? And I'm like, done what? She's like, are you done talking like that? And I'm like, yep, sure am now. It's like, that's what I needed to hear, because again, I was comparing myself to her, which we want to make sure that we're sharing with people that they don't feel like they're comparing to us, because we struggle too. We all do. I think all of us gain back a little bit of weight here and there every once in a while when you kind of let yourself go. And I think a lot of people, not that they want to see you fail, but they want to see that you're normal and that you screw up too. So,
yep. You know what? The other thing I'm starting to post about, I'm not with business. I'll post on the things that I've done wrong or the things that I need to be better. Okay, with this being a part-time business, I'm, there that I'm we have for coaches, time.
oh, your thing's kind of robotic. Is it just me?
Sorry. Is it? Hold on. Let me try that. Is this better?
Yes.
Okay. I had it plugged into a charger. That might be it. But that it's okay to market towards not just people who need to lose weight, but people who want to make a part-time business.
Mm-hmm.
A big post, I would go bartend for extra money, though I'm seeing that from home. For to either 10-star diamond who's going on fabulous trips to attract people. In fact, they're attracting a different type of market than I am. I'm not there. I don't know if I'll be there. I don't even know if I'll ever be that flashy person that's got a flashy purses and the trips, because it's am I making sense? Am I robotic?
Nope, you're making perfect sense. I was muted, so I was talking and I was muted.
Not try to attract same good people, I remember listening to the creator of Shakeology, Darren and Summit, and writing down some of the ingredients, because the way he was explaining it, he was passionate about it, and I was like, oh my God, that's so cool. That makes so much sense. Like, that's what I need to start talking Shakeology. And then I was like, my friends don't like that. I don't like that. Like, I don't care. I just know that it looks like a smart word and it sounds like a smart word and it makes me feel good. So I'm not going to talk like that about Shakeology. I'm going to talk about like what it does for me. I'm just going to live it. I'm just going to live it for me. cool ingredients. Darren's cool because that's Darren's thing in the house. So I mean, that's a whole nother thing to talk about market and type of people.
Oh, that's a big thing, the marketing and how, I mean, I'm in a group with, I was in that group with Carl, that I'm Here to Help group. And that was one of the biggest things is like top coaches are saying, Shakeology, the word Shakeology is getting overused. Everybody's seen it. Even the word coach, like people, like Carl was trying to help us think of different ways. Like, what could you call yourself so you don't feel like you are, sounding like I'm a beach body coach, because they hear it all the time. I was going to tell you too, Cassie, I joined this training from Sarah Dan, and it's a 5-day boot camp about how to sell yourself. Oh my God, it is so good. She reminds me a lot of you, like how you talk, because she will shut down a negative response to something. She will shut it down really fast. And I plan to, as I go through this, I plan to use it with our team and teach you guys what she's, showing us. She's like, because you guys are coaches, you earn money from this. You should not be afraid to share that. Like, not like I want to take your money. She's just saying you shouldn't be afraid to sell. And you have products that you want to share with people. And if you're passionate about it, you shouldn't be afraid to sell those products. And she said, there's not just Shakeology. There's not just the workouts. We have a performance line. We have a skincare line. We have, what are the other things we have? Like the containers. We have our clothing line. Our shoe line is coming out. I mean, we're going to have all these other avenues to earn income from if for some reason, somebody can't afford to buy a challenge pack. Well, there are the DVDs that are the cheaper ones if they want to get started on those. I mean, she helps me see that I shouldn't care what anybody else thinks. Obviously, I'm doing this for a reason, and the people that want to join me will. And we can do a marketing call too, Cassie. I think that would be really good to talk about just different ways to talk about things versus using the actual term, like the actual words of Shakeology and Beachbody coaching. And, we say BOD. Do you guys have BOD? What the hell is BOD? So I think we speak Beachbody and people don't.
I've been using groupies for my customers and my challengers. I don't like the word challenger much anymore. I think I overused it. So, think of your own ways to do that. My girls, my people, my, whatever. But yeah, again.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. I think we've covered everything. And again, I will post these in our team pages once they download. They go pretty fast with my new internet. I like that. The other thing I was going to say too, we do have a form called the Memory Jogger? That's a super good way of who to contact and who to invite to things or who to add to your Facebook page. You could be adding new friends to your page by just going through this memory jogger, and it'll say it'll just tell you different little people that maybe from your past you don't remember, and you're like, oh yeah, I went to high school with that person. So then you go through and you just friend request them. And that's a really good tool as well that kind of helps you add to your audience. So anyways, I just wanted to say that real quick. I want to thank you guys for getting on tonight. And again, anybody that's watching this later, if you have questions that you want answered or topics that you want covered, please do not be afraid to, post it in the team page and tag Cassie and I, and we can help you. So anyways, I will talk to you guys later. I'm going to end the call. And again, thank you guys.